Hey YouTube, it's Sean. Hey, I thought I'd give you a little update on what I've been up to. Been working on my little RV here. It's a 21-foot Prowler, and it's what is this thing? 1979, something like that. Anyway, I fixed this door that was busted, and now it closes and locks perfectly. And inside of the doors I put underlayment, like rubberized coating. I sprayed it all down with that. You betcha. And I'm still working on that cargo carrier deal. Yep. And I need to get this fixed. And you got a crack that came back. So I'm gonna take it out and fix it right this time with a little better. And I'm getting tired of those. You can fix those with a hair comb, but I did go ahead and buy me a radiator fin comb. And you just got to find the one that is the one that you need. This has got 15 and 14. I'm going to try the 15. See if she matches up. That's what I don't like about these two wells. If they don't match, they don't do a real good job, where a hair comb will bend enough to help you out. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that. But if you get tired of that, I'll show you what you do. You get tired of those beat down fins. I put this hardware cloth on this one, and it's just a section of that, and I painted it white. And you can get this in different weights, and you can get it smaller or bigger holes. And what I do to put them on with is I just got some little, this is what I used for washers. They're 8 by 3/4, the 3/4 around, and 1/8 inch hole in the center, and fender washers. So they're a little bigger around. And I started at the top and took one screw out at a time. You only want to take one screw out at a time, because that's what holds the radiator fin down there. And I did one at a time. I did one here, one here. I did the top first, and then I just left them a little bit loose so I can move the cloth around, the hardware cloth around. And then I did the bottoms. And yeah, it's flexy, but it'll keep the fins from getting direct impact in one area. And it worked pretty good. Good night. Betcha. And that's cheap. You can get that stuff for well, for both of these sections it was only like $3. And I'm gonna try this weave, and if it's a little too much open area, I will go ahead and get something a little finer and put in there. And but I think that's gonna be all right. Yeah, I think that's gonna be all right. And it'll still allow air to escape. You know, the hot air comes out the back of these things. And if you go putting the louvers on there, some of them louvers could block a little bit of that heat from coming out. You know, I don't know. Just saying, I don't know. Never tried it. Another thing that we did, we're going to paint this door white too. I don't like that mustard yellow, and eventually we're going to paint this whole trailer. I wasn't so worried about the outside of how the outside looked. I wanted to get the inside done. And that's another thing we put on there. My buddy Corey, he had that laying out in front of his shop, and I asked him what he wanted for it. He said 20 bucks. And I said, cool. I pulled out my wallet and started to pay him for it. And I said, somebody said, well, he said, I think it works. No, he said, it works. I said, let's try it. Anyway, if Corey sells you something, it works. But that has a hole in it for a crank, in case you don't have a battery hooked to your RV. That had a hole in it for a crank. So I took a piece of galvanized pipe, water pipe, and turned it on the lathe to where it fit the hole, which is 25 millimeter. And I put it down in there, and where it was just snug, I had to tap it in with a mallet. And then I took, excuse me, a brass water faucet cap. It has a seal on it, and anyway, I JB welded this, and I'm going to sand this up, clean it up pretty. I used marine weld, JB marine weld, and anyway, that ain't going nowhere. It moves the whole trailer. But that's where your crank lives, down in there. And then you just keep the water out of your head unit. You just put that cap on there, and she's golden. But show you. Let me see if I can hook it up. Now, incidentally, this model here doesn't have an on and off switch for the. When it's hooked to the battery, it's live, and meaning anybody that walks around by it or whatever, we're right by the road here, so I just put a alligator clip on it, and I made a one-wire hookup, just hot. It's grounded through the frame really well. So we got it hooked up. It does have a light in the front, and I'll show you what I did for that right quick. That was all rusted out. Cleaned it up the best I could momentarily. I still have to go back in there a little bit, but I put an LED bulb in there so that the LED bulb, so that it'll run cooler and draw less power. But she needs a little cleaning up, but yeah, we're getting it. Sorry about the noise, guys. We're right by the road, and here comes a diesel. And I used grade 8 bolts to install it. And they went down through, and this hitch is tapped, but I went on the bottom, put a grade 8 nut in the bottom too, so it's nut and bolted plus the threads in the tongue there. And this is a model Odyssey 4000B, and it works perfect. I'll show you. The light works, and it goes up and down just fine. Chains out of the way. Got a little bit of rust on the foot there, on the post there, but we'll take care of that. There. When you get it where you want it, all I do is just take the alligator clip and clamp it down there and throw the battery box lid back on. Try to swipe the battery. I got the kids sleeping in it so that because they wanted to sleep in there. But it also protects the, if somebody hears something, they hear something, they'll get out of here kind of thing. But yeah, that's going to save a lot of cranking. It works great. Thank you, Corey. 20 bucks, and we got it hooked to our antenna out here, which incidentally got to do a little bit of tree trimming. Antennas are coming in a little crappy. Yeah, but inside all these doors I put that rubber coating, that undercoating. Oh, and I put the bug screen back on there, keeps the mud daubers out. And I'm gonna make a little cover for this that's magnetic with the neo magnets, so that when you're not using, in the wintertime you can cover that up, and in the summertime your AC doesn't, all your air doesn't blow out. I'm just gonna hinge it to where it fits on there, and you can hinge it up and down. And it's coming along. It's dirtier than a pig, man. It needs a lot of pressure washing, but first things first. We get all the little things done. That's our camera that I put on it, and that plugs into the back of the Jeep. There's a pigtail that plugs in for that camera, and I can see behind me. I got visors. I got visors in on my sun visors that double as a, I don't have my keys on me, but they double as a screen. I got one on the passenger side, one on the driver's side. Alright. So yeah, if you get tired of those little dents in your air conditioner, that's definitely what you want to do, is put some of that hardware cloth on it or something. We had this screen door done with pet screen. It's very durable stuff. It's holding up perfect. Dark in here. But yeah, they've been sleeping in here. No problem. And I had to replace the microwave. The old microwave gave up. It was a Walmart special, and we gave 50 bucks for it new, and I think it cooked 2 or 3 TV dinners and maybe 5 to 7 bags of popcorn, and that was it, and it popped. And that old guy downtown had that at his sale for 10 bucks. It's in good shape. It's like new, and it's a 900 watt, and the one I got at Walmart was a 7. This is a better microwave. Works perfect too. Alright. But that's what we've been doing. Working on the old RV here. Those ACs come in handy when it's hot, I tell you. And I don't like the roof mount ones. They tend to leak bad. And I haven't had a drop of water come in through these, not a drop. The roof mount ones on the older RVs, it was a problem. And every one of them I see has a bowed ceiling, and because the drain plugs up on the roof mount ones. This one was wired for it. See, you could have put one in, but I just capped the wires off, and I'm going to put a cover over it. This one never had a roof mount roof mount AC, and that's why it still has a good roof on it. But alright, so that's what we've been doing. Kids are having fun, camping out in the yard, and I've been getting some work done on her. Yeah, don't need that crank jack no more. You bet. That eliminated all the crank can work unless you don't have a battery, which, yeah, take a little motorcycle battery or something and plug it up, run it. Alright guys, getting a lot of junk I got to clean up here. All right, though. Till next time. Love y'all. Bye-bye.